Hey everybody, welcome back. I hope you guys are having a good week so far. I'm doing pretty good so far. Just been reading books, but today I actually have a review for you today, an official one. I will be reviewing Paulina Simon's The Horseman. As some of you might have watched my initial reactions video, I was in love with this book. This book is amazing. 5 stars, hands down. There's no question about it. But I did want to go into a little bit more depth with it just because I was so overcome with emotion when I finished this book that I wasn't really thinking 100% clearly, and now that I actually am, I can actually deliver a proper review of it. Okay, for starters, this is the first book in the Bronze Horseman's trilogy by Paulina Simons. It is a grand total of 810 pages, and I read every single one of them. And I'm here to tell you that this book is absolutely beautiful. I was not kidding. It is beautiful. It has an amazing storyline. The two main characters, Alexander and Tatiana, the love story between them is just, it is the stuff of love songs. It is the stuff of love, of true romance. Truly it is. I read, while in the process of reading this book, a lot of different reviews. Some horrible reviews and some just absolutely stunning reviews. And the thing is, not everyone's gonna love this book. Not everybody is. Some people might not appreciate the time setting it's in. Some people might not appreciate the love story. Some people might not even appreciate the way it's written. But I'm here to tell you that if you are at all trying to figure if you want to read this book or not, please, please don't judge by the reviews. It's got stellar reviews. It's got horrible reviews. Genuinely, just give it a try. It's one of those books that you just kind of have to go in on. You just go in and say, you know what, I'm gonna thank you for the advice, thank you for the opinion, but I'm gonna develop my own. And believe me, very, very shortly, you will develop opinion of this book. Now, I will give you that the first 100, 200 pages, you're gonna think kind of low of some of the characters. Just bear with them a little bit. The story is a very slow, progressive story. It hooks you immediately, but to really know the characters, you have to put the time and effort in, and just a few pages, a few hundred of 800, it's not enough. You need to almost get halfway through this book before you even start appreciating really what the story is, because there's so many layers of this relationship. Now, I'm not really good at non-spoiler stories, so I will try to make this as spoiler-free as possible. When you read this book, you have a gut feeling what's going to happen. You just don't know how. You don't know how it's going to happen. And really, I love that aspect about this book. I love it. I love the fact that Paulina Simons just keeps taking you, going down one path, and you think it's finally gonna work, and then bam, she hits you with this thing out of left field, and you're like, what? What? You're not, what? Ugh, it makes you so angry, it does. But this book, it made me laugh, it made me cry, it made me angry. There are parts of this book I actually wanted to throw it across the room because I was so angry at the characters. This book, because of the way she writes it and how drawn out she makes everything and how detailed, you feel like you're in the apartment. You can see it clear as day as if you're sitting there. You can feel the cold of Russia in winter. You can feel the nice cool breeze of Russia during the summer. This book hits every single sense. It's that descriptive. It's that on point. When they're hungry, you feel the pain of starvation, and you can taste the awful food that they have to eat because of the rations during World War II. Same as you can taste the amazing blueberry pie that she can make, and it's just stunning. I have not read a book this detailed that worked. I've read a lot of books where there's a lot of detail and it is almost ridiculous. It's just, why do you keep describing this? What? Stop with the description. But this book, she gives you just enough detail to make it real, but not too much that it bogs you down. And she does it throughout the book perfectly. Perfectly. This book literally absorbed me. There was one night I read this book. I started reading at 5 o'clock. I got off work at 4:30. I came home, took a shower, got in some jammies, and just wanted to read my book for the night because it was snowing outside. I was like, I'm not going outside. No, not happening. And I sat and I read this book, and the next time I looked at the clock, it was 2 o'clock in the morning. I had lost all track of time. I literally was on an adventure, and I love books that can consume you and envelop you so much that you literally have no idea of what's going on in the outside world. Have no idea. I didn't hear anything else. I didn't see anything else, just what was in my head and what the words on the page were telling me to see. And it was amazing. It was so amazing that when I looked at the clock, I looked at the clock, I'm like, oh my God, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. What? I have to work tomorrow. I have to be up at 5:30 in the morning. What? I haven't done this since I was in college. And I was like, oh gosh, no. But I couldn't stop. I still wanted to keep reading. When I laid my head down, I just kept thinking, I'm like, what's going to happen? I mean, what's going to happen with these people? Like, I can't do this. And the next day, I did the same thing, except not as long. I set an alarm this time from my bedtime, but it's a beautiful, beautifully well-written novel. And there's 2 more to this series. I honestly have no idea what else can happen to these people. I don't know, but I'm super excited. I'm totally pumped to find out. I cannot wait to be at the next 2 books and read it. I actually went on Goodreads the day after I read this book and just highlighted I want to read all of Paulina's works, because if she writes anything like she did this book, I have a new top 5 author right here. That amazing. Just, the book is so, oh my God, all the feels all over the place. I called my best friend Josh, who bought me the book for Christmas, and I just was like, oh my God, thank you, I love this book. And I started going in it, because he'll never read the book because he's not into historical fiction. But I started going into it and just talking. He's like, I haven't heard you talk about a book like this in a long time. And I said, I know, I haven't felt this in a long time, this excitement about a book. And it was just, oh, it's such a good book. So good. It's so good. I'm sorry, I'm getting overly excited so that the rationale is going down. But in my written review on Goodreads, I described this as I have never been so happy to be so exhausted from reading a book, because this book is exhausting. It will take so much out of you. It will. I feel like I just lived this life and I'm exhausted and I never left my couch. So it's exquisitely painful. I know it sounds really weird, but there are some forms of pain that can be good to feel. I don't know if that sounds really sadist, or masochist. I never can remember which one is which. But it just, you relish it and you live on it and you feed on it. And there's so much pain in this book. But at the same time, it is equal and just as strong in the love aspect of this book. There's so much love in this book. There's so much pain. They are equal, and they are everywhere in the novel. Everywhere. Everywhere. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, I have an older sister. Oh my gosh, but I have never been in love with one of my older sister's boyfriends. I can't imagine I've never had to share a room with my sister, and she had to share her room, her entire house, with like 6 other people, and her house is the size of my apartment. Just my 2 bedrooms in my apartment put together. That's it. Like, that was her apartment, and she had to share it with 6 other people. And it's just, are you kidding me right now? Like, I can't relate to this, but at the same time, I felt I could. I really felt like I could relate to her on some humanist sort of level. The pain she felt is pain that anybody has felt, of a broken heart. The elation that she felt, that little nugget of joy when the person you want the most looks at you, and that smile, just, I smile that same smile. I know what that feels like. And the ecstasy she feels, granted, I've never experienced that, but you know what? I would love to. Would love to experience what she feels in this book. And it's just, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful, 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 well-written, very fluid, just all the scripted words, all of them. Just all of them. And you know what? I cannot wait. I cannot wait till I get paid so I can go pick up the next 2 books, because I'm super excited and I can't wait. So if you have not checked out The Bronze Horseman by Paulina Salmons, please go pick it up. It is something you want to dedicate some time to, but it's a beautiful novel. It's beautiful, and it leaves you despairingly hopeful. Like, for every amount of despair, there's always that nugget of hope, and she brings it out, and it's real, and you hope for these characters, and you want to feature these characters, and I still do. So I'm super, super excited about this book. I love it. It's now one of my top 5 favorites. Maybe I'll do a video of my top 10 books, but I guarantee you this is going to be at least in the top 5. So everybody go check it out. If you haven't, go. I'm telling you, you will not regret it, but you do have to give it a chance, because if you judge a book by its cover or the first 200 to 300 pages, you're not going to get the full effect of it. You need to give it the time it takes to read this book and the fair chance it will take. This book is 800 pages for a reason. All 810 pages of this book matter. Every single one of them. I can promise you that. So please check it out. You won't regret it. Hope you guys enjoyed my review. I know it's not the most professional review. I don't get paid to do these. These are just something I do for fun, and these are really truly my opinions of the books. But I'm a real person, so, you know, these are my real opinions of these books, and you saw my initial reaction. I was crying in the video. I'm not crying now because I've come down from the book hangover a little bit, but yeah, it's a great book. It's a great book. It's a great story, and I hope you guys all go and read it. So if you guys plan on reading it, let me know in the comments below. If you've read another book that has enveloped you and made you forget who you are, that has touched all your senses, one that you look at and you immediately relive that story over and over again and you're happy to relive it, let me know down in the comments below. I would love to know any recommendations like that. I love books like that. Those are the books I live for. That's a real story to me. Something that can just takes every part of you. That is the sign of a true story to me and a great author. And I found one. So thanks guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys later with another video. Bye.